Champagne, Mustang, bikini.
Derrière ma machine, au bureau, je rêve du soleil de Rio. Mes doigts jouent sur des bongos, et l'homme qui m'emmène est si beau. Champagne, Mustang, bikini. Champagne, Mustang, bikini. Champagne, Mustang, bikini. Champagne, Mustang, bikini. Derrière ma machine, au bureau, les gens sont si froids, moi j'ai trop chaud. Je rêve du grand air, tout là-haut, et l'homme qui m'emmène est si beau. Champagne, Mustang, bikini. 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 Champagne, Mustang, bikini.
Come here, Rob. 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 Come here, Rob.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Yeah, hello everybody, welcome. So yeah, streaming again today obviously. Doing more the visual novel. I know usually it was like once a week, now it's like we've done 2 this week so far, I think maybe. And then, you know, if we've got the weekend one. I was thinking about it, my goal is to maybe finish Ace Academy before the weekend, which I know is a tall order considering it's Thursday today, but my goal is to maybe finish it by Saturday, which means I've got to like make some serious headway today and tomorrow in the hopes that like Saturday I can start start a new visual novel. You know, I can start Carry After Story, which I've done before. After that, I'll do Ethereal Enigma. I'm going to skip Crystalline, which is another one of PixelFade's visual novels. Purely because I don't know if I ever streamed Ace Academy, but I believe, to my knowledge, I've streamed Carry After Story before. I've streamed Crystalline. I probably streamed Ethereal Enigma. Like, I've streamed all of them, except I don't know about Ace Academy before. Like, I don't know if I've ever, like, fully streamed Ace Academy on stream. But I feel like I did the others. And Ethereal Enigma, I never technically finished it. I did finish it. I got a bad ending, I think, like an early ending. I won't spoil it, but there's a part at the start of the game where you got to make a choice. And I was like, nah, not for me. And basically it was like, well, that's the end of the game. Like, if you don't go through with this choice, go through with it, there is no game. You have to go through with it to have a game. And I never did. I didn't, and I never got back to it for whatever reason. Maybe I just wasn't interested enough in the game. I don't know. But they've got another game coming out. I don't know if that's out yet. One way to tell. Let's actually go to their store. And really? Oh, it's a bundle. Yeah, and I own all of their games because like, no, Astral Ascension, that's what it's called, Astral Ascension, and that isn't out yet. The artwork is really cool though. It looks like cyberpunk. It looks like sci-fi cyberpunk. Looks really sick. I'll have to look into doing Astral Ascension. So yeah, we've got Ace Academy, Crystalline, Ethereal Enigma. So Ace Academy, sorry, Crystalline, Ethereal Enigma, Carry After Story, and then Ethereal Enigma's their newest one. Astral Ascension is not out yet, so if by the time I've done Ace Academy, if by the time I've done Carry After Story, if Astral Ascension is out, I'll do Ethereal Enigma. I've never completed Ethereal Enigma. I don't remember it. Like, looking at it, like, the artwork looks good. I've never completed it before, so I don't know if it's any good. Apparently I've played it for 1.5 hours, so I did play it, but I never completed it. So, you know, I did play it, but I never completed it in terms of, like, I never actually, like, got a good ending. I got, like, the abrupt ending, I guess you could say. It abruptly ended because I didn't go through with the choice you're supposed to make to actually, you know, get on with the story. To my knowledge, anyway. So, yeah, I'll skip Crystalline because I want to, like, get a move on and play new visual novels. I'm currently going through old ones, right, that I've played before. Whether I've streamed them or not, I'm going through, like, old ones right now, right? Ace Academy, like I said, to my knowledge, I don't know if I ever streamed it, but I'm streaming it now, and, you know, I kind of want to, like, be done with it, right? This visual novel has been it's taken almost a year to finish this visual novel, right? Like, I want to get a move on and move on to something new. And like I said, Carry After Story, I think to my knowledge, I did stream that. And I think I've even got hours on it. Yeah, I've got 5.2 hours on it, so I've definitely completed it. It looks like. So I definitely streamed it, it looks like. So, you know, I want to kind of get a move on and play a new visual novel. You know, something that I've never played before, you know, and I guess Ethereal Enigma would be a new one, because even though I did technically complete it, I guess you could say, like, I got an abrupt ending, right? I did technically complete it. I did get an ending, but it's like a bad ending, right? So, you know, that's essentially half new. It's a game that I've played and likely streamed before, visual novel that I've likely streamed before, but I got an abrupt ending. Like, you know, it was literally at the very start of the game, right? So, you know, I want to get a move on and play, but I still like old in the sense that I have played it before, right? Obviously, you know, once I actually do make the choice to carry on with the game, I'll be able to, you know, experience new content. It'll all be completely new, right? I've never seen it before, you know, and the novel's 3 years old, but it's still more recent than Ace Academy, right? It's their newest visual novel, so I want to kind of get a move on and get onto Ethereal Enigma, because Carrie I've played before, you know, so I want to get on to a new one, right? So after Ace Academy, Carrie After Story, and once I played Carrie After Story, I then got Ethereal Enigma, and then after Ethereal Enigma, finally, it'll be a new novel, right? Like, it'll be new, completely new, never played before, never touched, all new, you know? I want to get to that. Don't get me wrong, you know, that's the right part of the reason I'm doing Carry After Story, right? For two reasons. One, it carries on from Ace Academy, so it's a nice, it's a nice continuation of the game. And two, you know, I like Ace Academy. I've obviously liked their visual novels enough to buy all of them, right? So I clearly like PixelFade's work, right? But it'll be nice to actually get on and play something new. I mean, I've streamed other visual novels before, like Lucy, The Eternity She Wished For. But to my knowledge, the only ones I think I've ever completed on stream are PixelFade visual novels. No, maybe When Our Journey Ends. Maybe I completed When Our Journey Ends on stream. But so maybe I've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visual novels on stream. I think I've played others, like I played Pastry Lovers, but I don't think I ever completed that. It would be nice to actually, you know, get on to a new visual novel, something that I've never played before. So anyway, enough of my plans for what I'm going to play next for the visual novels. So let's actually get down and play more Ace Academy. Right. Let's see here. Alright. So where did we last leave off? We went to the party, the the Shuru, whatever our sponsor's name is, event, and we met XE, who just wants to be called X. And we spoke to him, and you know, we hanged out at the party. We didn't get an autograph for our sister, but we got we got his necklace that he wears. Apparently they've remade his necklace and sell it as merchandise, but they obviously, you know, he gave us the one he wears, not just a replica, but that he gave us his one that you can that he actually, you know, wears. And as our sister delicately, I think I called it, but our sister put it, you know, he sweated his fluids onto it, which, you know, to her is like, yeah, that's the point, because it's like I'm wearing him on me, sort of thing, like his perfume. It's like, the fuck. And then obviously I think we made a comment, like, our character made a comment, oh, I wish girls would lust over my sweat, like, you know, you're lusting over his. And then she was like, oh, that's gross. It's like, wait a minute, we're gross for wishing girls would want that for us, when you just said you're going to wear that necklace forever because it's got his body fluids on it, and we're the gross one. Sure, that logic holds up. But anyway, we went to the party, did that, gave her the necklace, and I can't remember what else we did, but that was basically the last part, episode, whatever. And I don't know where we're going from here. I think it's just like mediocre, like just the usual, back to the usual right now. I don't think there's anything special going on right now. So let's just get down to it. I'll read the last comment so I'll get a bit more. Glanced over at my desk. My phone buzzes loudly on the wood. It's Valerie. She's probably wondering why I wasn't in class this morning. Oh, so we slept in. Okay. Pretend you were there all along. Who calls this early? Why, Valerie?
Oh, did I wake you?
I can hear the laughter in her voice. Yes.
Jeez, when do you usually wake up when we don't have class?
We don't have class?
Of course not. It's reading week. We don't have classes, silly.
That explains a lot. If we don't have class, then why are you calling me?
Because unlike somebody, I've been hard at work and found something interesting about Eagle's core.
Really? What is it?
It's the secret to Eagle's maximum overdrive.
Wait, seriously? What does it say?
It says, come to the hangar right now.
No, it doesn't.
Only one way to find out. See you in a few.
She doesn't wait for me to respond before the line goes dead. Valerie? She's lucky my curiosity's stronger than my irritation. I get dressed and ready for the day. Just as I'm about to head out the door, my phone beeps. I pull out my phone, expecting another text from Valerie. Instead, I see an old alert. Call Mum today. Mum. My chest tightens as if a hand is holding my heart. Today was her birthday. Last year, I was so busy at CINY that I completely forgot about Mum's birthday. I didn't give her a call until the next day, and even though she understood, I could tell she was disappointed. I created this alert right afterwards so I'd never forget again. How could I have known that would be her last birthday? A spark of anger heats my blood. If Mum and Dad were really the target of foul play, somebody is going to pay for ripping them away from me. From Nikki. My phone beeps again. I open up a message from Valerie telling me to hurry up. I need to find out what's going on with Igor. Maybe that'll give me a hint as to what happened to Mum and Dad. I take a deep breath, then hop on my bike and hurry to school. When I arrive at the hangar, I head straight for Igor. Valerie stares intently at the terminal, biting her lip in concentration. She glances at me as I approach and smiles.
I almost thought you weren't going to show up.
Here I am. She points to the terminal, fidgeting with excitement.
It took some time, but I finally figured it out.
You were able to reverse engineer the overdrive mode? Valerie nods. That's incredible. She grins proudly at my enthusiasm.
It took a little longer than I expected since the missing pieces were really hard to fill in. The full schematics are unlike anything I've seen before. I wasn't even able to find anything remotely similar while researching.
Her brow was furrowed in thought. Then she shakes her head and her excited grin returns.
Anyway, I've tested the data in the simulator and it worked flawlessly. Your core is calibrated to be able to use the overdrive mode on demand.
That's awesome.
I haven't had a chance to try it in actuality though. As much as I'd love to hop in your cockpit, I'm not much of a pilot. So, I leave the test piloting to you.
I nod. Of course. You're amazing, Valerie. Her smile broadens.
Oh, I almost forgot.
She returns to the terminal. As her fingers dance over the keyboard, another screen opens up. It's packed tightly with a lot of information, and the bottom has an open section to input a password.
I couldn't figure this out, and it looks like any sort of tampering will potentially wipe the data. What's weird about it is that all those lines are not really code that needs to be deciphered. They read more like references I don't understand. Since you build Eagle, I wondered if this might mean something to you.
I glance at the screen. It doesn't read like a whole bunch of inside jokes meshed together. Sorry. I glance at the screen. It does read like a whole bunch of inside jokes meshed together. Some pieces seem familiar, but strewn together like that throws me off. Excuse me. I'm sure if I had time to sit down and concentrate, I could work through this. But right now, I'd rather focus on the overdrive mode. Do you have all the data you need for the overdrive mode?
Yeah, which is why I almost forgot about this. I'm not sure what's hiding behind here.
No rush then? She smiles.
No rush. I do think we should book off some practice time in the arena and confirm the overdrive mode works though. I mean, theory is still theory.
I nod. I was thinking the same thing. Let's tell the team about this and see if we can get a practice session in before the match. I shoot off an urgent group text. As I wait for everyone to show up, I pull up the arena schedule on my phone. Is there any chance it won't be fully booked because it's reading week? To my surprise, the arena is completely open tomorrow. Talk about good luck. Kaori is the first to arrive.
This better be important. Exams are next week, you know.
Trust me, you'll want to hear this. Kaori taps her foot impatiently.
Where is everybody else?
They're coming. A few minutes later, Sho and May trickle in with Yuna tagging along.
Sorry if we're late.
Look who we found trying to break into the hangar.
Yuna's cheeks flush.
I wasn't trying to break in. I was just about to text that I needed someone to let me in.
Sho grins.
That explains why you were pulling on the doors.
I was just testing to see if maybe they were unlocked.
Wait, Yuna, how did you get on campus so fast?
I was studying in the library when I got your text.
Speaking of which, can you finally tell us what's going on so we can all get back to studying?
Of course. Kaori's pregnant, everybody. God, man, you think she'd be happy to see me? I glance over at Valerie, who nods. Well, Valerie's found out how to activate Eagle's overdrive mode on demand.
Are you serious?
Show's voice rings out above the team's collective exclamations of surprise. Valerie nods.
Yep. Sorry it took so long.
The fact that you managed to figure it out at all is really impressive.
Yeah, I don't think just anyone would have been able to.
Maybe.
Valerie answers modestly, but there's a slight blush of colour in her cheeks.
So what exactly do you mean by overdrive mode can be activated on demand?
I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory, show, but whatever.
Well, initially the programming was set to a single-run instance because it was in debug mode. I found a way to change the options of activation. That being said, it's calibrated and tested in simulation, but...
Valerie looks at me. We want to reserve the arena so we can live test it. Kaori nods.
That makes sense. We definitely want to get a handle of it before our next match on Thursday.
Why exactly do we have a match scheduled during reading week? Everyone stares blankly at me.
Why wouldn't we?
At CINY, everything was cancelled during reading week. Classes, clubs, everything. They really wanted us to focus on studying.
That must have been torture.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. That just means there are fewer distractions from studying.
I know. Torture.
Tell me about it. Didn't have to cancel everything. Seriously, I was so bored I found myself actually missing classes. Sho pats my shoulder sympathetically.
I am so sorry.
Focus, guys.
Sorry.
Yuna seems thoughtful.
Since your match is on Thursday, that doesn't give you much time to practice. Isn't the arena already booked up this week?
Actually, it's completely open tomorrow. I was thinking we could head over around...
No! Are you crazy? We can't do that!
A blink at Sho's outburst. Valerie looks just as confused as I am. But the rest of the team wears matching looks of horror.
What is up with those faces? You guys look like you've seen a ghost.
I mean, you're not too far off. The arena is haunted.
Valerie bursts out laughing. I let out a few chuckles. What are you talking about? We've used the arena plenty of times and we've been fine.
It's not always haunted, only tomorrow.
It's not haunted, you idiot.
I can always count on Kaori to be reasonable. I was going to say to be a bitch, but sure, reasonable works too.
It's cursed.
Ah. Never mind. What?
How is it cursed?
It's the curse of Yori and Nori.
No idea what you're talking about. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Oh man, I'm this is why I'm in the place I am. This is why. You too, Yuna?
Broseph, Yori and Nori are no joke. Haven't you heard the legend?
Naughty idea. No, naughty idea. Naughty idea. I think that would work better. I know. I'll stop.
What legend?
Show takes on a serious tone.
Many years ago, there was a set of twin brothers, Yori and Nori, who attended ACE.
And they were both top pilots here.
They were fiercely competitive in the arena, and their matches were thrilling to watch. Yori was the older twin by a few seconds, and no matter how often they battled, he always took first rank. Nori hated being outmatched and overshadowed by his brother and trained harder than any other pilot at school. At the end of the season, the twins' highly anticipated match was just as exciting as ever, especially when Nori took the title of first rank from his brother.
I guess Nori's training finally paid off. Valerie raises an eyebrow.
Seriously? This is so cliche.
Sho gives her a look but otherwise ignores her.
It was all anyone could talk about, but Yori was furious. He didn't think it was possible that his brother could surpass him. He accused his brother of cheating and continued to pester Nori until Nori couldn't take it anymore. They agreed to one final match, no holds barred, which would prove who was the better pilot once and for all. Obviously, the school would never allow no holds barred matches, so they set up a time after hours to meet in the arena.
Boring.
Just wait!
When they met in the ring, they readied their weapons like usual. Charging their laser guns, they waited for the signal. As soon as it sounded, they simultaneously unleashed their shot, which collided in a huge explosion.
That's not how explosions happen.
Trust me, it happened. I don't know how it did, but it did.
Mayu and Yuna nod along with Sho.
After the smoke cleared, standing in the middle of the arena were the twins' two gears.
Okay.
That's not the weird part. The weird part is that there was no trace of the brothers. Both the cockpits were completely empty.
Mayu shudders.
There weren't even ashes or anything. Wait, let's go back a second to this explosion. How did the gears even survive that?
That's part of the mystery. They say that the brothers' spirits are trying to finish the battle to see who is the better pilot, and any pilot who dares get between them will suffer the consequences.
So that's why it's not booked tomorrow, because people were scared of using it because of that story. Valerie cocks her head to the side.
You guys really believe this stuff?
It's real. Ever since then, anyone who's used their gear on the anniversary of the brothers' battle has ended up with serious injuries.
Yeah, there was this kid whose gear malfunctioned and started moving on its own.
And the girl whose gear got stuck after it depowered, so she was trapped inside. They had to remove the whole front of her cockpit to get her out.
Those are just the reported ones. A lot of times what happens in the arena stays in the arena.
Valerie looks at me.
What do you think?
I can't handle the curse. I've got 99 problems, but a curse ain't one. I guess that one. I don't believe in ghosts or curses.
Then how do you explain all the bad things that have happened on that day?
I don't know. Coincidence?
The point is, we cannot be anywhere near our gears tomorrow. In fact, we should get out of Ace Academy altogether and go somewhere fun.
Valerie's dismissiveness shifts to intrigue.
Ooh, I like fun.
Where were you thinking? A slight grin spreads across Sho's face. He wipes out a handful of tickets. So whips out a handful of tickets.
Of course.
How long have you been carrying those?
You don't want to know.
I raise an eyebrow.
Let's just say I've got these ready for next year, too.
That sounds like a whole lot of fan service.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Valerie squeals and starts playing with her hair.
I can't wait to go. The water is going to feel so good.
I could use a break from studying.
You should come, Yuna.
Yuna smiles.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Wow, that was easier than I thought.
What about you, Kaori?
Kaori frowns.
We don't have time for this. Don't you all have exams to study for?
We've got the whole week to study. Besides, even Mayu's going.
Mayu looks away as Kaori's gaze lands on her.
Are you going too?
Yeah, I'll study better once I've had a short break.
You should go too, Kaori. It wouldn't be nearly as fun without you there. Kaori's cheeks turn pink.
Oh, does that mean you're going too?
Only if you are. Her face reddens even more.
I guess I can go. But we can't stay longer than a day.
Of course not. We'll be back the following morning.
We better be, or I'm coming back without you.
Joe throws his arms around us.
Yes, the gang's all going.
Since my day tomorrow is pretty much shot, I need to get as much studying done now as I can. I'll see you guys later.
Kaori hurries out. I actually should get some studying done too.
Me too.
Same here.
It's time for me to hit the books too.
Everyone pauses to stare at her.
What?
You study?
Of course. How else do you think I get straight A's?
Sho's eyes widen.
Straight A's?
Yep, on paper and on her chest. I actually don't know what size I was too good to pass up.
Don't sound so surprised.
Oh, if everyone else is going to study, then what am I supposed to do?
Study? Show size.
I guess.
We can study together.
Show perks up.
Suddenly studying sounds like a great idea.
Mo smiles shyly. Sho takes her hand and the two of them wave before walking away. Alright, well, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Everyone says their goodbyes and heads their separate ways. I find a quiet spot in the library and spend a few hours studying. Once the word starts to blur on the... So, once the words... Once the words start to blur on the page, I decide to take a break. I wonder if anyone else is ready for a break too. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And we've got a car outside. Nice. I guess we could hang out with Mayu. We did do the band thing last time, so I guess but to be fair, Yuna's worked so hard for us to, you know, to be our manager, get us a sponsor. She helped us out at the event the other day. You know, I think, you know, it might be nice to hang out with her for a bit, you know, let her know that we give a shit. I wonder if Yuna is still trying out different clubs. The last couple of times I went with her, it was pretty fun. Let's see what she's up to. I dialed Yuna's number. She seems out of breath when she answers.
Hello?
Hey Yuna, checking out any new clubs today? He chuckles.
Nope. I've decided on what I want to do.
Oh really? What did you choose?
Tennis.
I grin. I had a feeling she'd come back to that. Is that what you're doing now?
Actually, I decided to participate in the Tennis Open League today.
Does that mean you're going to try out for the school league next year?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. It's still a huge time commitment, but I can always drop in on club matches. Want to come watch?
I recall how Yuna schooled me in tennis the last time we played. There's no chance this will be a boring event. Sure, I'll meet you at the courts.
Okay, see you soon.
We hang up the phone and I make my way to the rec centre. The event has a strong turnout, and while the spectacular space is not as large as the other venues, more than half of the seats are filled. I scan the crowd of students lined in the tennis courts in search of Yuna. She's off on her own, leaning into a runner stretch. Hey Yuna. Her face lights up when she sees me.
You're here. Thanks for coming.
I wasn't going to miss out on another chance to watch you wipe the floor with your opponents. She laughs.
It won't be so easy this time. I recognize some of the students from the Ace Tennis League. There's a good chance I'll have to play against them.
I take another look at the students holding tennis rackets. Most of them keep to themselves. They wear solemn faces and quietly stretch. A small group of students are gathered in a circle. Those must be the league members. I don't think I know who any of them are. Yuna pauses and points out the ones she recognises.
That girl with short hair is also a second year, and a pretty strong player on the team. She's actually from my hometown. We trained together in high school.
The girl is one of the only students with a smile on her face. She rolls her wrist and lets her racket hang loosely by her side.
The guy to her left is a first year. He just made it onto the team, so he's still in training.
Yuna gives me the stats on her opponents. Her demeanour changes. Her posture relaxes and her eyes glance alertly around the court. She'd fit right in with the rest of us in a pre-combat room if she were a pilot.
And that small guy beside them is actually their star player.
Really? I glanced skeptically at him. He looks like a high schooler who's still waiting to go through puberty.
Yeah, he's a third year and captain of the tennis team. In fact, she
Yuna points again to the first girl.
will probably take his place as captain next year. He's also left-handed.
And that means...
I should have worked harder on my backhand.
So it sounds like those few are the only real challenge here.
That's only as far as I know. There may be some hidden diamonds nobody knows about.
Just keep your head in the game. Gotcha. Keep your head in the game. Gotcha. Get your head in the game. Excuse me. Regardless, as long as you stay focused on the game, you'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach.
She sticks her tongue out at me. Spectators are being ushered to their seats as the organisers announce the first matchup. I better go so I can claim a good seat. Yuna nods. The first few rounds are between students I don't know. I half-heartedly watch the matches as they all kind of bleed together. Finally, Yuna's match is up. I sit up in my seat and wave as she walks into the court. She smiles in acknowledgement. Her opponent is a random student I don't recognise. I settle back into my seat. This will probably be a quick match. As I predicted, Yuna demolished the poor boy. Soon, the second round of matches begins and Yuna is pit against the first year team league player. He scolds at Yuna, but she seems undisturbed. In the end, Yuna demolished him too. He stomps off the stage as I cheer along with the rest of the crowd for Yuna. When she's matched with the girl from the tennis team, the two of them nod in respect for each other. Yuna grips her racket tightly. A look of concentration replaces a smile on her opponent's face. They're more evenly matched, I assume because they're used to each other's styles and know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Although Yuna claims to be out of practice, she still comes out victorious with a 2-point lead. Finally, the two remaining contenders are Yuna and the third year captain of the Ace Tennis League. Even from my seats, Yuna seems to tower over him, but he is unfazed. They ready their rackets as Yuna gives the first serve, just like when I played against her. Her racket connects with the ball in a resounding crack. It speeds across the net in a blur, but her opponent seems to be waiting for the ball and easily returns her serve. They continue to volley the ball back and forth. I lean forward in my seat, holding my breath. He strikes towards Yuna's left and her backhand misses. The audience lets out a collective gasp. Their match is the most engaging as the two of them dart across the court. They are tied and this last point wins the match. Ultimately, Yuna misses another backhanded strike and her opponent is named the victor. Jesus, so much dialogue. I race back down to the courts. Yuna and the captain are speaking, and as I approach, I catch the tail end of their conversation.
Did you try out for the league this year?
Yuna shakes her head.
No, I was focused on my studies and was worried the league might be too much of a time commitment.
No wonder I haven't seen you play before. I'll admit I was really impressed by your skills. You should try out for the league next year. I'm positive you'll make it onto the team.
Yuna smiles politely.
Thank you for the offer. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
I hope you do.
He glances my way, then politely excuses himself. Hey Yuna. She whirls around to face me.
Oh, hey.
You were great out there.
Thanks, but I didn't win.
No, but you and the freaking captain of the tennis league were neck and neck for the majority of the match.
I know.
I thought you'd finally realise just how impressive that was and crack a smile, but she frowns instead.
If only I'd practiced my backhand. I know I could have beaten him in his smug face.
Wow. I knew Yuna was competitive, but I had no idea she was this competitive. Try to calm her down. We'll let her vent. Apparently, you know, when it comes to women, you've got to sometimes just listen and not say anything. You know, they don't really want to hear what you have to say. They just want they just want to know that someone's heard what they've had to say. They're not just talking to themselves, you know. So I think maybe we should just let her vent. This was a hard loss, and if I were in her shoes, I'd be just as upset. Better that she gets it out of her system now than later. Yuna continues to mumble to herself until she naturally begins to calm down. Feel better?
A bit. Well, it looks like everyone is leaving.
Yeah, we should probably leave too.
I'm going to go to the lockers and shower. Thanks for coming out again.
This was fun. She smiles.
Later.
I say my goodbyes and we head our separate ways. My phone vibrates in my pocket. When I go to answer, I see Sho is calling me. Hey Sho.
Rosa, I'm so glad you picked up. I need your help.
Are you okay?
No, I'm in dire need of assistance.
What's going on?
Do you have any experience buying a gift? Or a lady friend?
We all know your lady friend is Mayu. There's no answer for just a second. Then Sho speaks.
Still feels kinda surreal.
Yeah, I get it.
So, does that mean you'll help?
Well, I can't leave my bro hanging. Sho sighs in relief.
You are the best bro sip a bro could have. Come meet me at the mall.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I hang up the phone and head to my bike. Then I drive directly to the mall. After I park, I see Sho waiting for me at the main entrance. He greets me with his usual goofy grin, but his hair is dishevelled and there's worry in his eyes.
Thanks for meeting me. I don't even know where to start.
Suggest books. I mean, that's the green choice, so I guess so. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? She's very, theoretical. Right, she's a very theoretically minded person. In the sense that, like, she likes the theory of stuff, right? She likes to be technical. So, I mean, I guess with the band stuff, she's the one that writes the music and everything, right? Like, so... It doesn't surprise me that she might like books. Why not? Mayu loves reading, right?
Yeah. How did you know?
I always see her reading when she's waiting for our team meetings to start. That and the game told me.
Oh yeah, I guess she does do that.
You should get her a new book. Maybe something that's just come out. That way you know she hasn't read it yet.
I think she'd like that.
Sho nods.
Good thinking, Broseph. Let's go.
He leads the way to the store. What is this gift for anyway?
It's our 1-month anniversary.
Wow, time goes by fast. You're celebrating every month? Jeez. That'll get expensive fast.
Huh?
Well, if you have to celebrate each month of being together by buying each other a gift, that adds up really quickly.
We're not celebrating each month. That'd be crazy. Just the milestones, like 3 months and 6 months.
Right. Milestones. Anyway, congrats on your 1 month.
Thanks. I'm actually kind of surprised by how it happened.
How did it happen?
It came out of the blue. Mayu and I were hanging out as usual the Monday after our match with Onabugeisha, and I could tell something was on her mind. When I asked her what was wrong, she blurted out a question about feelings. It was so unlike her that I was too shocked to speak. Mayu didn't even hesitate, and she started talking about how she's liked me since we were kids, and she wanted to know if I felt the same way or if I was into someone else.
Sho laughed.
I guess she saw me walking home with Hitomi and thought we were dating. Silly, right?
Yeah. Sho looks sheepish.
I started laughing as soon as she said that, and I know I embarrassed her, but I couldn't help it. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. As if I could ever like anyone else.
I blink. Really?
Well, yeah. Why do you sound so surprised?
Well, I mean, it was obvious how Mayu felt about you, but you never seemed to notice. Sho's cheeks flush.
I noticed. Of course I noticed.
Then why?
She's so smart and pretty and awesome. She's way out of my league.
She was head over heels for you.
It's still hard for me to believe that. That's why this gift is so important.
No wonder he seems so agitated. May will love whatever you get her. The fact that you're buying her a present at all will make her happy. Sho smiles worriedly.
You think?
Of course.
Still, it has to be perfect.
I nod. Well, on that note, we better get to searching.
Right.
Help Sho pick out the perfect gift for his lady friend. He ended up going with my advice and buying Mayu the latest the newest fantasy book best. Oh my god, man, the dialogue. Come on. Sorry, I've been up since like, I don't know. I think I got up at like 6 and my body just like I probably should I should probably get a coffee in a bit. Right, I'll go to the BRB screen and grab a coffee because I certainly need one. He ended up going with my advice and buying Mayu the newest fantasy bookseller. Oh my god, come on, brain, read the fucking dialogue properly. He ended up going with my advice and buying Mayu the newest fantasy bestseller. As we exit the store, Sho has a spring in his step, but he seems both nervous and hopeful. I hope she ends up liking her present. We say our goodbyes. Pardon me. We say our goodbyes in the parking lot. Since I didn't have class today, I've got even more free time than usual. What do I feel like doing? More Kaori. I wonder what Kaori's up to. I'll pull out my phone and give her a call.
Hello?
Hey, Kaori.
Hi.
Are you busy?
I'm just about to head to the daycare. It's going to be an extra busy day.
Extra busy?
Yeah. We're understaffed since one person is on vacation and another person called in sick.
Maybe I can help. Hello?
If that's what you want, then I guess you can help. But don't forget it's still work.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't start this again.
Yes. Kaori disconnects this call before I can... Sorry. Kaori disconnects the call before I can finish. Rude. Oh well. I better not be late or Kaori will be angry. I find my bike and drive to the daycare. When I arrive, Kaori is nowhere to be found. I follow a group of adults into the building. They're either parents or staff, but either way they'll get me where I need to be. Considering there are no kids tagging along, I think it's safe to say that they're staff. Jimmy. This looks like the university, but... This looks like Ace Academy, but whatever. Reusing assets doesn't matter. It does, but... We pass through one of the children's playrooms and continue into an office in the back. Kaori's there with another guy, discussing something I can't hear. She nods in greeting when I enter. Once everyone gets situated, the guy clears his throat.
Hello everyone. I know we haven't had one of these staff meetings in a while, but it's going to be a bit busy today since Daiichi is on vacation and Hibiki called in sick. Luckily, Kaori's friend has offered to help out, so we'll only be short one man instead of two.
Everyone stares at me as he smiles in my direction. Hi, I'm Holy Sharp. Happy to help.
Glad to meet you. I'm Eito Iwasa. Since we'll have to do a little shuffling with coverage, here are
What's the matter with you? Sorry, I'm taking a piss again. Aito checks his clipboard and goes down the list of names. Kaori watches silently as Aito takes charge. Once he's finished, he looks at me.
Since you're from ACE, we'll have you tutoring the older kids.
I nod.
Kaori and I will attend to the toddlers and younger kids.
Wait. Kaori won't be in tutoring with me. Is there any way I could help Kaori with the younger kids? The group starts whispering to each other. I guess I look like that guy. Kaori glares at me in warning, but Aito remains calm.
I don't mind switching if that's what you're more comfortable with. How much experience do you have with younger kids?
Not much.
A few months?
Less. He frowns.
The younger children need a lot more attention and guidance than the older kids.
What do I mean by that guy? I mean, I am here to help Carrie. And no disrespect, but I'm not here because... No disrespect, that sounds horrible, but I'm not here to help out the kids. I'm here to spend time with Carrie. Sure, you know, I'm not gonna like be an arsehole to the kids, right? I'm gonna like smile and joke around and try and, you know, be good to them. But I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm not exactly here by choice. I'm here because, well, I am here by choice, but I'm here because I want to, you know, spend time with Carrie. I want to help her out. You know, I want to, you know, shed some of the weight and the stress for her. You know, because I want to, you know, I want to be good to her. You know, is that what they mean by that guy? I honestly don't know. Carrie snaps before Aito can continue.
You can take care of the older kids. Aito and I have more experience, so we will take care of the younger kids.
I can tell Carrie's annoyed. I'm not pleased either, but I bite my tongue. They have a point. I don't have any experience with young children, and it'd be irresponsible of them to place me in there. I get that, but there's no need for her to have an attitude with me. Like, I'm here to help out. Why are you going to have an attitude with me when I'm doing it voluntarily, and I'm doing it out of care to help out Carrie and be there for her? And I'm getting attitude? Like, are you serious? I'm not gonna lie, I'd be fucking pissed off. I'd say something, but me and this character are obviously different, because I'd fire back. Maybe I'd wait for my opportunity. Like, I wouldn't say it. I would bite my tongue and hold my composure, but I would wait for maybe after it's all said and done. But like, look, I get you don't like the fact that I was trying to force my way to work with you, but I'm here. I volunteered to. Like, I would call her up on it, and it might cause an argument. But it's like, look, I don't have to be here today. I didn't have to take time out of my day to be here. I did it because I wanted to help you out. I wanted to be there for you. Why did you give me attitude? Fine. With everyone's roles assigned, the group slowly disperses. One of the staff members offers to take me to the tutoring room. I thank them and follow her into the room filled with children between 4th and 6th grade. Seeing a new face, the kids kept interrupting me to ask questions about myself. They were especially curious because I don't look very Japanese. They asked back where I was from. What was it like back home? What it was like to be a pilot? I tried hard to keep their focus on their homework, but it was a lot tougher than I expected. Finally, I gave up and answered their questions. Once their questions were out of the way, they were able to focus on their homework. Although they tried hard, most of the children had difficulty grasping the material. I could tell they were frustrated, so I tried to think up different ways of explaining the same things, which helped immensely. I understand why Carrie is so adamant to be there for these kids even when she's exhausted. After a while, it looks like everyone is on track. Knowing that Aito and Carrie are alone together still makes me uneasy. I'll go see how Carrie's doing. It doesn't take me long to find the younger kids. All I had to do was follow the sounds of shrieks and laughter. I gently push open the door and see Carrie surrounded by children. Both of her arms are full of kids, and one even hangs on her back. The rest hug her legs. Although Carrie weakly protests, the huge smile on her face gives away her true feelings. I've never seen her this happy before. A chorus of Miss Carrie circles her as the children compete for her attention. Suddenly, the child on Carrie's back slips. With a sharp yelp, she grabs on a strap on Carrie's clothing.
Careful.
The strap falls off her shoulder as she bends down so the child can land softly on the table.
I got it.
Aito gently places the strap back on Carrie's shoulder. I wait in secret glee for the impending doom Aito has inflicted upon himself by touching her, but to my surprise, Carrie doesn't react. As Aito tries to take one of the kids out of Carrie's hands, the child looks at Aito for a second, then burrows her face into Carrie's shoulder. Carrie laughs.
I don't think she wants to leave anytime soon.
Aito laughs too.
I can't really blame her.
If it were anyone else, Kaori would have slapped them for touching her so intimately. I'll talk to her in private. I'm not gonna... If I confront Aito, she's just... Knowing Kaori, she'll just snap at me as if I'm the one that's done something wrong. Even though he hasn't done anything wrong, it doesn't mean anything by it. It's, you know, it's obviously just... Our character's obviously just like, you know... If we'd done something like that, she would have protested about it. But he does it and it's perfectly fine. And it's like, you know... Well, why don't we have that kind of, you know, relationship with her, you know? We've had to work hard to get into Kaori's good graces, and he seems to be all well and fine. So I've got to call it back in a sec. But that was annoying. I got called someone. I don't know for sure if they're from EE. I think they did use my first name. They did say they're from EE, which is which is the network I'm with. But pardon me, they was like, would you like a free upgrade to the iPhone? I'm like, free upgrade? I've already upgraded recently. What are you talking about? Like, I already upgraded recently. And they're like, well, I think it was like, sir, like, they were even though I explained, I've just upgraded recently, I'm fine, thank you. Like, I kept saying, I'm fine, thank you, I don't want anything, thank you, no thank you, no thank you. I kept saying no thank you, right, in some shape or form, and he was very insistent, right? And I'm like, he's like, what thing? He's like, what phone are you using? I'm using a flagship phone. I'm using like a Sony Xperia 1 Mark 5. Like, I'm using a flagship phone. It was released this year, right? Like, I'm fine, thank you. Like, why would I need another phone, especially when my current phone is a flagship phone. Flagship means it's literally a main phone, right? It's one of the leading big phones, right? I've got a flagship phone, a current phone, right? It was released this year. It's like 1.3 grand, right, for the phone. But obviously I'm paying month to month because I'm not made of money. Right, like, I've got a decent phone. I don't need another one. But he was really insistent, and I'm like, I think you could maybe hear it in my voice. Like, I'm not backing down. Like, my God, man. I like EE, and I think they've only messed up one time with me, maybe. Like, one time. And they did rectify it afterwards. So, you know, I can't, and obviously, you know, if they really are, I don't know for sure if they're from EE, but like they said the right network, and they said like my first name, so there's a chance that they're really calling from EE, because obviously you know, you've got to be careful these days, right? But even if they are really from EE, they were very insistent, and I'm like, take the fucking message. Anyway, small rant over. Let's actually continue. I stride into the room. Kaori glances as I approach her and a smile falters. She looks at me with curiosity and concern. Can we talk? My tone must have been severe because she blinks in surprise, then nods and places the children back on the ground.
I'll be right back, Aito.
No problem, we'll be fine, right kids?
The children had gone quiet when I entered, but Aito's over-enthusiasm brings them right back to life. Kaori leads me through the hallway outside the room. As soon as we're outside, my emotions get the better of me and I can't hold it in anymore. What was that?
What was that?
Aito was touching you and you didn't even care. She furrows her brow.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You put your strap back on. Kaori looks at me like I'm an idiot. And now that I've said that out loud, I feel like one too.
Why would I care about that?
Because
why?
Although I'm bubbling inside, I can't find the words to explain myself and silently fume. Just because. Oh, Kaori scolds and lets out a frustrated sigh.
You aren't making any sense. You're acting like a...
She freezes and glances sharply at me, then looks away as she blushes.
Hold on! Aito and I just work together! You and I are...
Her cheeks are beet red.
You know...
Kaori grabs my hand and squeezes it gently. I relax slightly at her touch.
So you have nothing to worry about, okay?
She still doesn't make eye contact, but her look has softened completely, making her seem strangely vulnerable. Seeing her exposed like that makes me feel silly for acting jealous. Okay. I mean, that's really weird for Kaori to do that. Like, she realised why we were acting the way she did, and instead of getting angry at us, she understood why we were acting the way we were, and respected why we were acting the way we were, and, you know, comforted us instead of lashing out at us. Which is really bizarre for Kaori. Like, you'd expect her to lash out, especially when she gave us attitude at the start. Like, because we requested to work with Kaori. Like, and she gave us a bit of an attitude. It's like, no, I will work with Aito, whatever, right? Like, and it's like, wait, what? Why are you giving me attitude when, like, I'm pretty sure we went on a little rant about, like, I would, you know, our character bit their tongue, but I would have lashed out at her. But obviously, maybe now she's realising, oh, it all makes sense why he was acting the way he was. I mean, I wanted to spend time with Kaori. Obviously, she's working. I get that, right? I respect that. But we're here to help Kaori out, right? And to maybe, if we're lucky, spend a bit of time with her as well, right? Especially when she's so busy. And for our efforts, we get a bit of attitude at the start, you know? It's like, come on. But at least she's actually comforting us now. She knows, you know, why we stormed into the room.
I don't mean to interrupt, but the kids are getting restless without you, Kaori. This happens every time they see you first. They forget all about me.
Kaori blinks then chuckles.
Alright.
She gives me one last reassuring look, then heads back inside with the kids. Aito lingers beside me.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, my girlfriend and I just had to talk about something. Aito's eyes widen when he hears girlfriend.
Hey man, I'm really sorry. She doesn't talk about her personal life, so I had no idea. Otherwise, I would never.
Well, you know now, so please back off and we'll be just fine. That sounded a lot more curt than I intended, but he doesn't seem offended. He nods. After a short pause, he speaks again.
You are one very lucky guy.
I know. With this misunderstanding cleared up, I return to my older kids and continue to help with tutoring. Another hour passes by in a blur, and before long, the parents trickle in to collect their children. The kids whine that they want to stay longer with Miss Kaori, but their parents urge them home. After all the kids have gone, the staff wave goodbye to each other and pack up to go home too. Before I go, I want to catch up with Kaori. To my surprise, Kaori approaches me first. I acted stupidly today, and although we talked it out, I feel like I'm about to get another earful.
I'm sorry.
That catches me completely off guard. Not me. I mean, I'm kind of grateful she apologised. Obviously, when we walked into the room and got pissy because he helped her adjust her strap, which wasn't in an intimate or sexual way, right? It seems stupid that we acted jealous because of that, right? He didn't mean it in a... Well, he obviously even... Well, he admitted, like, you know, that he was trying to get closer to her, but she didn't realise... She didn't realise... She just thought he was trying to be helpful, right? But I'm more pissed off that she gave us attitude, you know, for wanting to work with her when we're helping her, you know, off of our own back, you know, voluntarily, because we want to help her out, maybe spend a bit of time with her and ease the burden for her, right? So to get the fact she gave us attitude this morning was like, what, are you kidding me? So it doesn't surprise me. I feel like we deserve an apology for the attitude at the start. When we burst into the room, I admit that was stupid, and that's like, you're gonna get jealous because of that, really? But you know, the attitude at the start is what I'm more annoyed about. What?
I made you feel uncomfortable. I thought about it some more, and I maybe should have been more clear to Aito to begin with.
Carrie looks worried as a soft blush stains her cheeks. Forget about earlier. Now I feel even more guilty. No, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have acted like that at all. We stand awkwardly, unsure what to say next.
Kiss and make up already.
Uncle, how long have you been there?
What?
What are you doing?
What a legend. He's like, just kiss already. Kiss. What a ledge. I feel like I might have said that before when we first met him. I don't know. But he's a legend. He's an actual legend. I turn around to see Uncle Miguel holding up his cell phone.
I must document this momentous occasion for your children.
Carrie's mouth drops open as her face turns as bright as a tomato. I'm positive my face is equally red.
What? Don't say ridiculous things like that! Give me that phone!
No, I cannot.
Carrie charges after Miguel, who skillfully keeps the phone just out of her reach.
Uncle Miguel!
You will thank me one day, my sweet.
Oh man, he's really cool. I can't help but laugh at the sheer ridiculousness of the situation. All in all, the day was a good day. After I gather all my things, I drive home. My stomach growls loudly as I park my bike in the garage. Nikki, please be home for once. I wonder what we're going to have for dinner. As I enter the kitchen, I see a dainty strawberry cake sitting on the kitchen table. Cake for dinner? I peer closely at the layered cake and use my finger to taste the whipped cream. It melts on my tongue in a cloud of sweetness. Fresh whipped cream. That's the only kind of whipped cream I'll eat. Mum spoiled us. She never brought whipped cream because she'd always make it herself. Wait a minute. Mum's birthday. Nikki? Did Nikki bake this cake for Mum's birthday? I search the house but see no sign of her. There's no text from her on my phone either. Clearly she came home after school. Which means there's only one place she can be. Oh, whoopsie. I grab my keys and hop back on my bike to find Nikki. We lived next to a park back home and Nikki would often escape to there when she was upset. Just as I expected, I find Nikki swinging forwardly in the park. Oh, as sad as that is the fun now. Maybe the one... I think maybe earlier I was thinking maybe the hot springs, but it doesn't look like we're going to get to the hot springs. I mean, I will obviously stream more of it before the weekend, because I said my goal is to maybe try and finish this so I can get on to Carrie After Story, which is still an old novel, right, in the sense that I've played it before, but, you know, I can finally move on to a new visual novel to stream, in the sense that, like, you know, I haven't streamed it before to YouTube or Kick or anything. I've streamed it before on Twitch, like I said, but that was many years ago, right? And obviously it'll be a fresh experience to an extent for me because I'm not the same person I was back then. So I might make different choices, and we'll, you know, I might not make the same choices I did last time. We might even get different scenes because of it, right? So I want to like stream more, but it's you know, I don't want to go too hard, especially when I've got to help out with some stuff in like an hour or so. So I'll stream, take a break, and then possibly, you know, stream this later on, or I'll do a big stream tomorrow before the weekend. Like I'll push to finish it tomorrow, which means a big long stream tomorrow. I'll try and make the last part tomorrow. We'll see. Her head is bent as she gazes down at something in her hands. I take a seat beside her. She glances at me but doesn't speak. Instead, she cups the open locket in her hands, the one that usually hangs around her neck. Inside is a picture of Mum and Dad. You okay?
I don't know.
Mum would have loved the cake you made her. Nikki snaps the locket shut and holds it to her chest.
I had to do something, you know? Today is Mom's birthday and I couldn't not celebrate it.
I know.
So I thought I'd make her a cake like we used to, but then...
Her voice trembles and she takes a minute to compose herself.
And that cake, it was like it was taunting me. A reminder that Mom will never get a chance to eat it. It's not fair.
Nikki knuckles turn white as she clutches at her locket. Her hand begins to shake.
I barely got any time with her before she was taken away, and I just want her back.
Nikki.
I know I'm being crazy, but I just keep thinking it's my fault.
Tears trickle down her cheeks and leave wet stains on her shirt. Instinctively, I pull her in for a hug and she leans against me. This wasn't your fault, Nikki.
It is.
No, you had no control over this. She pulls away and falls silent. When she finally speaks, her voice is thick.
I missed the bus that day.
What?
The reason I left the cafe is because I missed the bus and needed a ride home. I keep thinking, what if I had just gotten on that bus as soon as class ended? I wasn't even doing anything important. I was just hanging out and lost track of time. I remember being so annoyed when they didn't show up. I was so angry I had to walk home, and all I could think about was how much
Her voice falters.
I hated them.
You didn't mean that. You were angry.
What kind of daughter thinks like that? When I remember, I just feel so disgusted with myself.
Be that as it may, what happened wasn't your fault, Nikki. You didn't tell that driver to hit them. You can't keep blaming yourself.
Then why do I feel like I'm being punished?
Because this sucks. Because it's so easy to think about all the years that have been stolen from you and to lament that loss. But you can't keep thinking like that. Now, I shouldn't make this about me. I mean, obviously, like, you know, saying that, like, we didn't fare much better, but we shouldn't focus on the negatives. We should look to the future and appreciate what we do have and what we did once have, you know, to look at the good times instead of focusing on the negatives, you know. You need to focus on all the good times you had with them. The last thing Mum and Dad would ever want is for you to be sad because of them. They want you to be happy. They would want you to be happy.
I know. I just miss them so much.
I know. I miss them too. But on the bright side, at least you've still got me. Nikki sighs.
I thought you were trying to make me feel better, not worse.
Hey! She lets out a weak laugh. Her tears have stopped and some colour is returning to her face. remember Mum's cake from last year? It was completely inedible.
You mean the second cake? The one you baked for Mom because you forgot her birthday?
Oh yeah. Whoops. Nikki laughs.
Mom tried so hard to eat it, but eventually she just gave up.
It's not my finest moment, but at least it wasn't as bad as one Dad baked the year before.
You mean when he almost burned our entire house down?
Nikki laughs so hard she snorts, which only makes her laugh harder. Her laughter is infectious, and I can't help but join in. I think I've got a lot more of Dad in me than you do.
Yeah, but it's not all bad. You got a lot of his good qualities too. Like how you're always there for me when I need you.
Yeah, it's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. Nikki bumped me playfully with her swing.
Rude!
No, you know what's rude? Leaving a perfectly delicious cake untouched in the kitchen.
That's true. It was made for eating.
So let's go eat it. Grinning from ear to ear, Nikki nods and stands up. Together, we head to my bike and I drive us back home. Oh, thank God. I thought maybe the game, I feel like maybe something was muted. I'm like, that was a really good moment there in the game, right? And I feel like I really, like, I really tried to, like, you know, I mean, I'm not a professional voice actor, but I did try to put the effort in there, right? And I wouldn't want that to go to waste because you can't hear a side of the conversation or something. I'm like, no, that was really good. As soon as I park, the two of us hop off my bike and eagerly rush into the kitchen, then freeze. There is only 1/3 of the cake remaining, and a trail of crumbs starts from the kitchen table and ends at Uncle Kato's face. I can only stare in stunned silence at the scene.
Kaito?
I mean, he pauses. A full fork of moist yellow cake is halfway to his mouth.
Did you eat all of the cake?
Uncle Kato looks from his fork to Nikki, then back at the fork.
I want my lawyer.
Doesn't even deny it, or doesn't even admit or deny it. Just like, I want my lawyer. I'm not saying anything until I have my lawyer. Oh shit. Nick and I burst out laughing as Uncle Kato shoves the fork into his mouth. Nicky and I split the rest of the cake while Kato looks on longingly. Nicky's all smiles for the rest of the night as Uncle Kato asks us about our day. I tuck into bed early as I know I'll have a busy day of frolicking in the hot springs tomorrow. Soon, I'm dreaming about Kaori steaming up the hot water. Alright. There we go. The next one is the hot springs. Yeah, boy. Alright. Not particularly long, but we did do one yesterday, and we did another one today, and then obviously, you know, I might stream it more later on, or I might do a really long stream tomorrow. And then hopefully Saturday, you know, we can do a new novel. It might not work out that way. It might work out that, you know, I could stream for a couple hours and there's still more to go. I don't know how much longer we've got left of the game to go. And there's no like like chapters or episodes or anything, right? Like there's no indication at what point in the game we're at. So I've got no way of knowing how much we've got left, right? I can gauge it, right, and maybe make a guess, but I honestly, you know, don't know how long we've got left. So, you know, it could be there's a couple more streams to go. You know, it could be that, you know, I do one long stream tomorrow and it works out. So we'll see. I do want a bit of a break because I've done 2 visual novel streams this week, and, you know, there's a third one on the weekend. You know, obviously I want to do another one tomorrow, and then there's one on the weekend, right? I don't want to go too hard. I might stream later on, but I might stream Palia or, you know, some pinball. You know, just music, chill and relax, you know? But we'll see how I feel later on. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Why is there no background? I'm so confused right now. There should be a background here, but there isn't. Ah. That was weird. Worst Academy's closed. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Like I said, I appreciate you being here. You know, whether you're just, you know, first one or second one or third, fourth video only. If I've been a source of entertainment or a distraction for you to any extent, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Have a good rest of your week. If I don't see you, if I don't stream later on, and I stream tomorrow, hopefully see you tomorrow for more of the visual novel. If I don't see you tomorrow, hopefully I do see you on the weekend. Or if I don't see you at all, or ever again, I appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. And if you're going for anything, I hope you're able to get through it. It's just been a subscribe. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.